welcome back to another YouTube video. But today we are going to be reviewing and telling you if you should get the 121B. But the thing is that it depends on your playstyle. If you like running around the field with a semi-powerful gun and okay or stronger armor than a light tank, I would say this is definitely your go-to. But it is a premium tank. But if you do want a tank that is on tier 8, so your opponents aren't as powerful, and you want to have a clip of 4, I would definitely recommend to buy the Lorraine 40T. Check out my review on my channel. But anyway, now we're going to go back to the tank. So, the tank, it comes with APCR shells, and you can equip heat shells, which I believe stands for like high explosive anti-tank shells. Yeah, there we go. High explosive anti-tank shells. That's what heat stands for. And those have more penetration than your APCR shells, but you do need to add them and you will need to pay more credits. I've removed all of the HE shells, so the high explosive, and I replaced them with heat shells. But yeah, so as you can see on the E75, I used the heat shells, so the high explosive anti-tank shells, and penetrated it like butter. But you're not always going to penetrate your target, so that's the problem. It does have, well, good accuracy actually. I'm quite surprised about it. Like, compared to most of the other Chinese tanks in World of Tanks, it does have quite good accuracy. And also quite good gun depression. The reload time's a bit long, but I would say it's worth it because you do usually get out like 330, 325 damage. So that's definitely worth it. So that's what I think of this tank. Now let's go and show you around. Well, I've already been showing you around the battle. Let's continue. So again, with this tank, because it's not a heavy tank, you can't, like, you need your team, because with medium tanks, the thing about them is they've gotten more armor, but they don't have a lot of armor. So if you're a light tank, you're fast, you can get away easily, or you can spot your enemies. If you're a heavy tank, you've got a strong armor and a powerful gun, so you're able to kill your opponents easily. But if you're a if you're a medium tank, you can't really do that. You're just there to support the light or heavy tanks, which kind of sucks, but I'd say this is definitely a good tank. Sadly, it doesn't have HD graphics, but like HD graphics sort of a new thing to World of Tanks. But I'm really excited actually for the next update, since they're actually bringing in another event like the, like the MS1 event, except you get like a tier 10 heavy tank, I think, for free. You need to do some like clan missions though for it. But anyway, because we have been spotted any enemies there, maybe we decided to go to the heavy flank. But then a chef name just got spotted, but for some reason that's a heavy. I don't understand why that's there. But we continue going. And as I said, with this tank, it's not a good tank if you're going out solo. It's a very good tank to stay there with your team, like to support the heavies or light tanks. And also, if you want to like get out a bunch of DPM or get a high win score, like, to be honest, well, it doesn't really rely on the tank, but I've used it to get credits and also to get XP, and it's actually quite good at that. I do recommend to get the Lorraine 40T and this together, because that's just one of the best combinations. But if you want, you can get this tank. So now we try to get the Foch, but for some reason that tank destroyer has way too much armor. And also, as you just noticed, the engine got set on fire, but the engine's at the back, yet the Fletch managed to set it on fire from the front, and the front got set on fire. So what I can say is I feel like, so one of the parts where the fuel tanks are, so you can set it on fire, are at the front. It has a weak lower glacis plate, but the frontal armor is actually quite good for this tank. And as you see, it's like does 340 damage per shot usually. And we just bounced 450 damage from the Mao Shen. So now we are going towards the flank, but again, as I said, it relies a lot on the team. We try to get a shot out of Mao Shen, sadly does not pen, or doesn't pen, we missed a shot. So then we try to get a shot out in the Cheftain, then it bounces, so what can I say? We do still have, we have killed more enemies than the enemies have killed us, but then this is when it starts to change up. Because the thing with Wolf Tanks is there's lots of bots annoyingly. And, I don't think there's that many bots in, tier 10, but there's lots of bots in, tier 8 and 7, and in tier 6. We tried to shoot the Mao Shen at the back of the turret. Both of our shells penned, but then sadly, our team ends up losing, because both of our tanks are on, all of our tanks are on low HP, and for some reason they push. The ST1 can't move because he's a heavy tank. But now, so you've gone the types, I think 64 something. You've gone the type, just got killed by the ML2, which is a Swedish heavy tank with a clip of 3. And then the Leopard 1 came to our flank. We tried to go around, try to kill the Mao Shen since he's on extremely low health. But sadly, we got killed by the ML2. But as I said before, this tank relies a lot on your team. If you've got a bad team, well, you're going to die. So now I'll give you an overview on what this tank, or at least how I think this tank is, and I'll be telling you on how good and if you should get it. So this is it in the hangar, or not in the hangar, in the garage. So it comes with this really cool legendary camo, and I would say the camo is very expensive, costs 2,550 gold, but it looks quite sick. Anyway, so yeah, if you like medium tanks that are fast and have shoot out a bunch of damage, it's a good tank for you. If you want just to fling metal at your enemies quickly, I would say the Lorraine 40T is your type of tank. Anyway, guys, I hope this review helped you out, and I'll see you next time. Bye!